Hey folks, this is Noble Rambler and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Banished. We're using our map of Noble Landing. Normally right here I would be saying that we're using Colonial Charter 1.6, but I can't say that this time because something has changed. As most of you know, we're doing the series with the MegaMod, the town of George, between Night Ghost 49, Vapa Gaming, and myself. And switching from one mod to another to run different maps is difficult at times. You know, you've got to see if I can do that here. Hit mods and switch over to something. Then you've got, as it loads, you've got to exit it and then restart it because it needs to kind of set it. Otherwise, when you quit, it will crash the game. And if I got to do that every single time, that was kind of annoying. So I decided to go to the effort of completely rebuilding Noble Landing in the MegaMod. So basically in the Colonial Charter 1.7 alpha environment with all of the other mods brought into it. So this is now the MegaMod version of this game. And that way I can move from this map to the George map for the series seamlessly. So it just made sense. It took 4 or 5 evenings of finally putting all this together again. It was rough. I managed to get it done at roughly the same number of years that we were at last episode. It was somewhere in the low 30s, and didn't quite get the counts the same. We were at somewhere around 120 or so citizens. We're in around 150 citizens this time. And if you remember last episode, there was a question that I had posed because I was trying to figure out what would happen to all of our iron. I think we were we'd gotten down quite low, less than 50, and nothing had changed that I could think of. We were still, where am I? There. We were still running the same blacksmith with only one person making tools, and from iron coming out of the same little smelter. And the source, we still had plenty of iron ore in inventory, so there wasn't a supply problem with it. And I posed the question, where is that iron going? And I only got one person to write in to give me the answer. I didn't discover the answer myself until I went to rebuild the town. I finally got to the building supplies and found the iron. We turned on the building supplier again. He was grabbing 9 iron for every one of them. And Natalia Marias, I believe from Brazil, if I remember correctly, answered that one. So she's really been watching the details of this game. She was the one that noticed that the nomads had come in. And none of us saw it. So we missed a wave of nomads completely. But this is the MegaMap, or MegaMod, and the Colonial Charter 1.7 environment. Now, I did change a couple of things, but for the most part, it's identical. The seed did not come over absolutely identical. I noticed that when I went to rebuild the cemetery, it went longer than the previous one before it made contact with the corner. So there are a little bit of differences here and there, a couple of map tiles once in a while that are different from the old version of the same seed. But I went through, and when I rebuilt this area, I did swap out the wharf and ship and the logging barge. This used to be over here, and this big old ship used to be over here, tucked into this corner where it looked kind of odd. They're going to have to work hard to drag that thing back out of there again in order to get it to go on down the river. So it didn't make sense to leave it tucked in there. I went ahead and swapped those out. And I left a couple of empty boat slips, so to say, in here, where we can go through and put some models of boats in here. Kind of fill the design I originally had of this being more like a marina look to it. But what else changed? The new seed, or the same seed but in the new version, came with pigs instead of chickens. So even though it's the same number, it did swap out and change, actually change the crops too. So I had to use the Bayou start, which would give you rice, and we'll give you chickens. So with that, I was able to get the chickens going again, which I finally got back into this area. These are leghorns, actually. And I had to get trading going quickly so that I could... I left the traders in here for this episode to see what's there, and I see they're giving up on me. So that I can buy the seeds that we had before. So I finally got a hold of sorghum and cucumber, and I think it was turnips that we were running, and then the cotton. So I think I have restored everything pretty much to where we were with Noble Landing. I hated to just end that series, just because a new version had come out. So I really want to just continue it. I really like this map. I like the challenge of this map, where you've got to really think about where things go. I mean, this was a mess to try to get all of this stuff in here. I was able to do it twice, too. So, I think we're back up and running again. There are a couple other little changes here and there. Like, I went through entirely with the larger dock residence. There's the dock homes in here instead of the shanties on this side. And I have got everything up to the full upgraded version. But, what else have we got going on? We still have our boat traveling through land, so they get out here, and he's got to jump out and throw this big old boat over his shoulder and haul it across. He just can't figure out this pathway here. And I really don't want to carve this out and see if I can get a bridge to cross over it properly, or do I? This bridge, actually, this is the new double bridge, the split, or the stone bridge split bridge. Stone bridge split. It's hard to say. Let me show you that one. That's this guy over here, and we actually do have the ghost walls, the ghost railings up and available now. So now we can go through, and I haven't tried this yet. So flip that around, and that's that one right there. Let's go ahead and pop that in. So I'm guessing flip it around and it goes over there. No, it fits there. Okay, so I'm going to get in here. I'm thinking F. Wow, that kind of fits there now. It does. Okay. Now, Vape over here, he'd nail it first try. Why? What am I doing wrong? Let me see what F does. Okay, that changed his position. Now I'll keep rotating that guy around till it does not like that position. Okay, I'm not going to give up yet. That's off a little bit. Alright, F. Gotcha. Alright. So it's a little finicky, but it does work and it looks great. Got rid of the little bump in the middle. Yeah, that works good. Alright. And we've got the middle bridge here. Or the stone bridge split center, which would allow us to put as many middle pieces as we want, and we can take this as wide as we want to go now. So now we have basically a limitless bridge. I am losing all of my traders. Let me at least catch this one before he goes away. Linen cloth and whole components. We've got all the whole components we need now. Linen and cloth, we're going to be making cloth. In fact, I think we are making cloth. Yeah. So, nope, don't really need any of these. So, dismiss you. Alright. So, what else needs to be accomplished, or actually just needs to be looked at? The last map, this shot straight across. And it was just a single bridge as a placeholder until I was going to be able to get to the double bridge. And so, the double bridge, or what we'll call the split bridge, needs a good solid square footprint. Needs an even footprint to start from. So I started going through and using the terraform tool to cut the river back into the embankment to give us a nice straight edge. But it leaves the red squares of doom occasionally. Let's get something that has a water wheel so I can show it to you. We'll grab this guy, the water wheel sawmill, and rotate around like that. You can see these squares just to the, let me turn this way, just below my mouse, the red square is there. So when I tried to lower the embankment there, it left these squares here. So it wouldn't allow me to build a bridge across it. It won't allow you to build anything across it unless it is something that has, do that. Yeah, right there. So it's not going to let me do it. So I had to kick the bridge over, move the road over to make that work. I did discover something since then. Go back into that. There. You can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares down there that are red. It's almost like, I don't know. I was watching Vapor the other night, and he was playing with that tool, and eventually the colonists came in. They tried to build something there, but it still left them red. What I had discovered is you can go through and delete, at least with this particular issue, not with all the tile map problem issues, but with this one, it will allow us to remove structure. So we can go in now and look at that same area, and now it's gone. So that does solve this problem when this guy fails. In fact, I'm going to try something here, and I'll kind of show you what I mean. I've learned that this last one really causes the red squares. I'm going to go to the one shy of that, so it's not super as deep as it goes. More like this piece right here, I believe. So if I were to hit that one, it stays red. And now we got a red square. Nothing else will build in that spot now. So if I do that, it will at least kind of round out our corner a little bit. Nothing else is going to build there. Grab that same model and just make sure that it's what I think it is. Well, it's those 3 right there below my mouse. So let's try the delete tool again. There we are. And it does remove some kind of a structure. So something to do with the process that it uses. It's trying to build something that can't be built. So it's putting a little dead zone on our map. But now I believe I can go back in there, and if I wanted to build something in that space, that's not it. There. Yeah, those red squares are gone down there. Okay. So I could move this bridge back if I wanted to. Although, since I couldn't shoot it straight across like I wanted, I went ahead and rebuilt this whole area 3 spaces off. So that problem has been solved, and we're in. And the timing is a little different from the first build of this map. You know, I ran it, that's right, I ran it with disasters off. Let me get that fixed. This has debug in there. So I'm able to go through disasters. So disasters are back again? Yeah, so disasters are back on again. Alright. So everything else is as it's supposed to be. Nothing is cheating on me here. Alright, so that's good. We're completely back to a normal play mode. That's what needs to be done. So this build did not have the fire that burnt this area out. And the fire that, let's see, we had another fire somewhere. Where was that? I don't remember. We had, I think, 2 or 3 fires in this map. Yeah. So, you know, it didn't come out exactly the same. And we've got a lot more iron, a lot more wood. This got built at a different time than last time. Last time, I think I got built maybe the very last episode. And the wood storage I had placed down here, I decided that wasn't the best location, so I went ahead and stuck it up there. So we've got a little more supplies this time than we had last time, is kind of what I'm getting to. So I can immediately go in and start building a few things. I know that I did turn on the school over here, and then I went ahead and told it to rebuild as a farmer's college. So that is happening. Let's put that up here as a reminder. I don't think there's anything else queued up. I think I got everything else done prior to starting this episode. Alright. Oh, another change. Instead of putting this back in with 3 houses, I went ahead and put in a bakery down below. So when we do finally start turning that sorghum into flour, then, in fact, we could probably do that one right now. Then we've got a way to deal with it. Let's grab a windmill. In fact, let's see what is available for windmills. Or is that? Food refining. So in here, the large windmill comes with Colonial Charter, I believe, small windmill. Then we've got the windmill from... It's yellow, so it's on the other list. I'm not sure exactly who. Might be the one from... let me grab this piece of paper here from EMBX61, Inbox 61. Might be his. We have another one over here, green. So I'll go ahead and flash the chart up real quick, so you can get a sense one more time of all of the different modders that are contributing to this MegaMod, and how it's all being all these different mods are being converged into one. So I've got lots of different windmills available to me, and from different mod sources. So we've got this guy. Now we've got several barns and storage that are in this red as well. So that won't really fit with the theme of this one, but let's see what we got here. That's interesting. It's like a roofing shingle all the way around it. This is this guy. That's interesting. And that guy's huge. There was one that was even bigger somewhere. Seems like there was one more. Anyway, we've got 2 fields of sorghum. We're going to turn that sorghum, let's see here. Remind myself what's here. This one, the distillery. Will it take sorghum and glassware and furnace fuel? Okay. Is that running? It's not. We do have furnace fuel and glassware. Let's go ahead and turn that on. There we go. So get some, what was that? Okay, how do you pronounce that one? Baijui. Baiju? I'll go with that. So we have that coming, and that will be probably a product that we're going to be selling in our trader. So sorghum also, I'm going to leave it at 1 for a little bit longer until I get to where I feel like we've talked about everything. Now I guess we can go to 2. Yeah. So windmill, so we can convert some of that to flour. Where would that sit? There's no sorghum in here. Interesting. I know it would be considered a food. Not in there either. Okay, I didn't expect that. It is a food. It's not some kind of a material or a dry good. What it makes, you know, when it's converted into something else, it may store somewhere else, but do we actually not have any in town? I mean, have they grabbed everything and eaten it? Food, we're at 14,000, which is considerably lower than where we were at the end of last episode on the other map. So, inventory, sorghum. You know what it might be? I may have just gotten this seed just in time to start this episode. That's what it is. That's why I hadn't turned this on yet. This guy. Because I had just found sorghum at the trader, you know, moments before I turned this, or 1 year before I turned this episode on. This is actually the first crop. That's what's going on. Okay. So these have to be collected. And we've got everything on labor pickup. Yeah, got that correct. Good. You are maxed out. What are you? You've hit a limit. Cloth. Dry goods. 15,000 dry goods is not enough. Wild. That is our reeds as well, isn't it? Okay. So we need to get some specific dry goods storage going on, too. 100%. Yeah, we're full of reeds over here, aren't we? No, there's no reeds over here. What are we maxed out in this one? I mean, feathers can't be it. Survival coats, maybe? Rope. Yeah. And could use another storage in this area. I did do another change. Right over here, I put in a dock fuel storage. We had a fuel stockpile in this area, and I thought the storage would be a little more appropriate. So I'll put that in so we can delete that guy now. Got a trader in here. So let me just kind of analyze our storage real quick. This is our market. And reeds. We have some reeds in here. How many reeds are in town? Guess I need to get back to the habit of pinning this guy. Like so. Alright, so reeds, where are we at? 7,000. 7,700. Where is it being stored? Alright, so we have reeds there, 120. 500. None here. There are a lot of reeds sitting somewhere. That's storage there. There's almost 1,000 reeds right there. 30 reeds. Okay. So let's check some traders real quick. Don't really know what we need. Handle the hauler. Okay. We've got plenty of lumber. Making our own stonewares. We've got plenty of firewood. Don't need silver. We do need silver. We need to start mining silver. Let's get this silver just to have something in stock for our mint over there, our melting house. So we'll grab that. Logs, we're fine. Glass, yeah, I think we're fine there. Joist, silver ore. Let's grab the silver ore. Okay, anything else in here? Yeah, we got more. Wow, we got more. Carbon steel tools. Really? Now that's going to be buried in here somewhere. Carbon steel tools. Wow. Pewter, rough tools, bricks, and coal. Coal, I'm pretty sure we're doing fine. I lost it, didn't I? I have never been able to get myself in the habit of not turning off this guy. I doubt I will ever break that habit. We have 1,000 coal, so we're fine there. So you stay there. Alright, so that's all I see this as really being needed. So 102, and food is decent enough. Just give them 102 fish. That works. So trade and dismiss. You have for us seeds. So what seeds do we want? Okay, another question. What seeds do we have? So bring you up. Trade items. So last time we had started with figs. This time I believe we started with walnuts. So I had to buy figs in order to get the fig orchard back up and running again. So we got our sorghum, got our cotton, got our cucumbers. So it also came with red mulberries, which we can now plant now that we're back up and running again. There's the figs that I found. It had come with radishes instead of turnips, so I bought the turnips. It had come with sunflowers instead of the sorghum, so I bought the sorghum. And it came with, let's see here. No, I guess it did not come with pigs. It came with cows. Oh, that's right. It came with pigs, but I went with the Bayou start. That got with the leghorns. Okay. So, anyway, we've got cabbage. We've got sunflower, radishes, red mulberry, and walnuts. And we're not actually running right now. Okay, you go back there. Chili, squash, rye. I'd like to get wheat. Radish, leek, chickpea, potato, turnip, peaches, parsnip. I'm not seeing anything that's really necessary right now. Hops. Let's go there. I believe that would be a plantation. Might play with that one. Don't remember actually getting into that in Ramlington. So maybe we'll see what that's all about. So let's grab one hops. So what do we need? 4,000. What do we got in here? We got some furniture in here. We got wine in here. Yeah, we're making all kinds of rice wine, so we'll go that route. So we have 8,000 of capacity there. So let's put in half of that, 500. There's our 4,000. Trade and dismiss. Okay. Tell you what, before I forget, let's just pop that in there. Hops. Another worker. Yeah, we're good. And we'll let that build up a while, figure out what we've got. Did we ever increase that limit? We did not. Because we're not certain we've got storage for it, but yeah, let's do it. Let's just make it 20,000. Okay. So with that, let me glance down at my list. I had to make myself a to-do list because it's been way too long. Let's see, Deer Butcher. That's something that never got put into this map. That wasn't the right key. We've got a hunter here. We've got a hunter down low over here somewhere. That one? Yeah. So we have lots of deer coming in. And we've got cattle coming in. So it only makes sense that we could put in the Deer Butcher and the Beef Butcher. And we've got the windmill to put in. Okay. So, where to? I mean, the food industry is kind of in this area. So that makes sense. That's what happened. I was looking at the sorghum, where is it being stored, and found out that it wasn't being stored yet. So that's what derailed me. So the windmill out here would be a good idea. The butchers could be... well, they could be anywhere, really. The meat's over here. There's the reeds. 1,600 reeds over here. Will the windmill fit in a little corner like that? I don't want to grab a new food gatherers. Boy, there's so many things I want to explore here. Don't want to waste a big space with a small building because I have so little space available. So, let's see here. That one. So, he was a big one. He was the small one. Yeah, let's go for the small one. He will not fit there, though. No, no. That's a pathway. Kind of. Yeah. We can go there. We can go there. What over here? That kind of makes sense. Yeah, that works really well. Now before I do that, the butcher is going to have probably a similar footprint. So, butcher. So that's where the windmill goes, I assume. The butchers, what makes logical sense here? Really kind of the same area does. They're not going to fit down in here, although they might fit. No, they're not going to fit in this area. It's too sloped. Okay, I think up here is where we're going for probably all of that. So, aesthetically, I think I want him kind of off by himself as much as possible, rather than up against a tall building. That way he'll stand out and be seen. So if he's going there, and this will require an employee, I believe. Yeah, up to 3. No, that's the builders. Never mind. But, butchers back in this area too, but they don't have to all be next to each other like I'm used to. I can scatter them around if I can remember where they are later. So, butcher right there. We definitely want the cow butcher in this area. Oh, he's smaller. Oh, good. Okay. So if he's in this area, I mean, the deer butcher could be, realistically, down here near the forest, where the source is. That makes sense. Where at, though? Part of this complex? Between them? There's kind of a zone in here that isn't encroaching any of our circles. Right in here. Odd place to have a butcher, though. Right next to the hospital. You know, catch the measles, go to the hospital, and look at the butcher while you're recuperating. Laborers are starting to fade out on me. How did the school go? Oh, we're in. I didn't even notice that. We've got a teacher. We're working. Didn't like me clicking that, did it? There we go. So, turn you back up. Let's take that down 2 and 2. Okay. School has no students, but this one was maxed. So we've actually got potentially a couple of people out there. Became a student. Actually working as a laborer. One of these guys may have skipped school completely and as an uneducated worker. But that's fine. Very, very little of that's happening. Okay. So while I'm over here real quick, let's get this turned back on. The central church is the only thing that did not get rebuilt from last time. Did get our 6 new houses in here, and got our town hall and our town lodging back in. And still have some people living in here, actually. A lot of people living in here. Yeah. Okay, so we need to get some more housing going. Another merchant arrived. That would be this one. And you are still here? Oh, okay. We did complete that, right? There's still silver ore. What did I miss here? You are that one. You're the new one. Oh, so you're an entirely different one. This one, livery dress, wool and hide. We're doing really good on clothing. Wow, we're doing good. Okay, so you can go away. Dismiss. And while I'm thinking about it, let's make sure, I'm assuming most of that clothing is survival coats. We are, though, just beginning the process of using that cotton, I believe, to make clothing. But survival coats, 800 of you. Okay. Almost turned that window off. So let's make sure that we've got lots of survival coats in our system here, as far as being able to trade with them. Let's go to, there's 600 in these 3 traders, plus the 800 that's out there. So I'm going to kick that up to 500. We've got a definite, oops, one more, solid source of trading available to us now. So there, and here, there we are. Inventory. Survival, there we are. And delete 5, yeah. And trade, alright, back to this guy who's waiting for us. First of all, inventory. Scroll down there, take that 2, make it a 5. Alright, what have you got to trade? Kind of the same list as before. Got some silver ore, we'll grab that, 10 of those. Bricks, furniture. I will make a point of always buying the hardwood logs, so we can quickly convert that into hardwood furniture for a huge profit. Otherwise, I don't see anything else that I have to have at this time. Alright, so just 30. So let's make that... Is there something that sells for 30? Guess not, from what we already have. Let's see. Anything bone meal sells in 3, but we don't have any here. Not going to sell rice because it converts into this wine. I really need to pull rice out of here. So let's just go with 30 fish, or even 2 survival coats. That'll work. Okay. Trade and dismiss you. All right. Now, where was I? We did get the windmill set. We were looking at the college. Okay, I got that going. 3 students in it already. And we were looking at the beef butcher being somewhere in this area, most likely right there. We'll put larger buildings up this row right here. So these little spaces here are probably a good place for that sort of a thing. And we do need to get some more housing out of here. Although this helps. But it's probably time to complete the marina idea. The boat comes in, it actually clips right through there and right through there. So this whole area here should be available to build. Across the bridge and shoot out, and another row of docks in there. So, butcher. That guy right there will not go over here. He will not go over there. So really we just have one footprint. If I did it right there, don't think I could squeeze 2 in there no matter what I did. Okay, so we'll just leave him out here and make him look good. He's right there. Alright. I like the way the cow butcher comes pre-blood splattered. Okay, you are saying that you're out of whale blubber. Yeah, because we've only just begun this operation. And we're low on laborers. Eventually we'll get this maxed out. Sawmill is in. Again, low on laborers. Yeah. I'm going to leave you. It turns into flour for the bakery. We don't need either right now. And actually, let's just turn you off as well until we actually build up some sorghum. That gives us some more labor. Alright, so you are going to sit and wait. Cow Butcher I will turn on, and Deer Butcher I will turn on. So Deer Butcher here, I think Deer Butcher over here. But we are getting a lot of stuff, a lot of footprints in. But I'm not relying as much now on this for food or logs, because we've diversified a little bit out over here. This circle tells us that everything within this range is going to get happiness from, I believe, this guy, the Central Church, which is queued up. You, right there. Beef, cows, leghorns, and deer. I think I'm going to pass for now. We're kind of strapped for space. Okay, so the Deer Butcher, I put it in here. There's the Forest Lodge circle. We have a space over here. I don't want to put it near the church, so that doesn't make any sense. A couple of houses over there. Got the woodcutter. I think we could sneak him in right there. Let's do that. Deer Butcher. What does he look like? You can see it through the black soot there. I like it in that orientation. Right up against him and tucked right into there. Didn't like that, huh? Okay, try that again. There we go. So that's there. Got the two butchers in. And let me grab that blueprint as well. Hello. This one only grabs in very specific places. There's only a couple of actual building spots in there. Everything else is green. So that goes there. And something else I wanted to do this episode, I was thinking about it earlier when I noticed how much stone there is. I want to redo the roads to stone just so that we can pick up our walking speed. But we've got, let's see, roads. Don't know if there are any triangles available in here now. But we do have over in the key walls, I want to say Ghost, oh, right here. This triangle would allow me to go into places like that. So we could update these with the keystone and get more of a, let's see, how would that work? I think I need to take these out completely and convert those into triangles, and we'll get an actual 2 wide. That one not take? Oh, I gotta take the tree out. 2 spaces wide diagonal road, which is kind of hard to make otherwise. So let's go ahead and put that in just for fun. Keystone is out over here. Our quay roads. You will go, well, let's see, E? No, Q. You will go to there. You'll go there. Let's just do our main double road for now. Alright, we'll do that to the bridge. Alright, so from here, we'll do that, that. And we'll take this out to the bridge. Alright, and here, let's, themes, key, that guy, let's do this side. Alright, and then we need to delete, which one? That one, that one, that one. Been watching Vapa too much. He's influencing the way I build. So, let's see, keystone, that's sandstone. That was the giveaway right there, that when at the very beginning of this series, when I realized I wasn't in 161, I was actually in 16, the sandstone road didn't exist. That's what gave us the clue that something had gone terribly wrong. Oops, one more. And actually what went wrong I didn't discover until I received the MegaMod. Let me do something here. That one, when I had put in the MegaMod, I then wanted to start playing with seeds to figure out the right seed to build George on. And every time I went to cancel, went to quit, it crashed the game. So I asked Colonial about that, and he said you need to set your mod, hit OK, and it will completely restart the game. And then once it restarts it, hit exit. So there's a little clue for you when the MegaMod finally does come out, or when you're dealing with a large group of mods, or a large mod in general. That causes Banished to kind of save itself and probably writes to its config file or something along those lines to tell it which mods you're actually in. And then it knows what to do when you come back. So when these guys delete, yeah, it's going to be a while. Well, they did get this one done. Let's prioritize this one right here, just for fun. Okay, and I'll come back for that later. Put the diagonal in. Anyway, you are in. We're going to put you off. You are in, and we are going to employ you. We can do it. Got some more workers. So you're done. You're going to grab beef from these guys, which are doing what? Over 500 milk a year. Leather, 300 beef, and we're growing mushrooms. Let's see. Deer butcher is being done. Central church. Oh, that's turned off. That's what's wrong there. Okay. So how are we as far as being able to turn the game back up now? Oh, here's another change I did. When we built this last time, I just made this quick little L. And I had put these buildings up against that one and lost the door. So I went ahead and put an extra space in there just to make it look better, and a little road going into it. But that would be fine. And let's see, merchant has arrived. That'll be up in here. Yeah. Boy, this material supplier is bringing in lots of stuff for us. Silver ore, we'll go ahead and do that again. 10 of you. Bricks, gold, iron, we're fine. Let's see, sand, I don't know. We've got actually 2 shore houses going for each of those. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 3 going for each of those. So yeah, there should be way more sand than we even know what to do with. Which may be why our materials. No, that was dry goods. Sand and material, dry good. I get those mixed up. Why one of those was so full. Anyway, bronze tools, roofing tiles. That's something new. Goes into one of these houses. Probably not row. In here? I think it's medieval. I think these guys allow you to change the roofing tile afterward. There must be another building that's going to allow us to build this out of clay. Have to get into that someday. But I don't see anything here that is all that critical. No, we're fine. Okay, let's just grab the 30 and call it done. So 2 more survival goats. Alright, more traders coming in. Okay, traders, quit spamming me. So this is the sorghum as it grows. Nice. It's a nice plant. Yeah. Here's our cow butcher. Slabs, half slabs of cow hanging up there. You are the hops. Okay. Cotton. Turnips. And the cucumber. And we've got our fig trees over here, which we could change out for something. In fact, I was wanting to get olive. In fact, if we do come up with olive, I'll grab that. Beef, cow, deer, leghorns. Didn't you bring those last time? I'm not requesting anything, am I? I'm not. Okay. I had made requests in order to try to get back the original animals and seeds in order to get us going again, but I think that's all done. So dismiss you, and you're done. Another one came in over here. You've got whole components of linen and cloth. Okay, that might be an order that's still active. So I needed those to get, yep, to get the shipyards built again while I was rebuilding the map. So there's whole components. Now where's linen? Alright, so we're done with those orders. Turn you to never. Okay, so dismiss you, and we're done there. Alright, I'm definitely hitting the end of the episode. Didn't really accomplish anything other than just kind of showing this off and showing where we're headed with this. So now I can continue this series for quite some time. You know, once the summer's over and my little renovation hiatus is over with. Let's see, do these get done? These did. So let's put in these two corner pieces and you'll see what I mean. That should give us a nice transition. Now, one of these days maybe we'll get curves, but I don't want to ask for too much. Alright, is this... oh, here we go. Let's grab the deer butcher, put you in there, and we're good there. Central church is being built. We need housing next time. Let's see, let me glance through my list here. The log vendor needs to go in. Did it happen? He needs to go in right over here to supply logs for this guy and probably this guy. Let's see, logs are that one, nothing here. Okay, so let's put that in real quick so I can kind of clear out my list. Right there, markets, even more markets to look at. But the log cart, we have a 5th cart now. It was an edibles cart. Okay, so wood cart. Looks like that. This is the space that's available. And I think I came to the conclusion that they pull from the back end of the cart. So let's position that. Oh, something like that. Trying to think if that sticks out. Oh, we'll do that. That's good. Alright, so what else is on the list there? Silver mine needs to get done. We'll do that next time. Deer butcher, cow butcher, meat locker would be nice. So we'll catch that next time as well. Building supplies, yeah, that's done. I think we're good. Let's call this episode done. And next time we'll actually accomplish something. I thank you guys for watching. Hit the like and subscribe if you would. This has been Noble Rambler, and I'll catch you next time, folks. Bye-bye.